Well, for one, you really want to have an understanding of what your goal is. Are you looking to make the process a lot more simplified to where you're also not using as many people internally in house to run those systems? Are you trying to just make it more efficient for that one person that's running your payroll and your employees are, becoming a little bit more difficult? A lot of clients that have, construction jobs and employees out there doing landscaping work, it's a lot harder to keep control over those employees and really knowing kind of what they're doing. So I do really highly recommend using those integrated systems with each other so that way the systems can speak to each other. It makes the process a lot more simplified. But going through that process, really have an understanding of what your goal is. What is it that you really want to focus on? What is it that your first priority is? And how does that look for you? Do you have someone to maintain that system? Because generally, when you do use multiple different systems to speak to each other, you do have to do still some configuration, daily monitoring of the documents or configurations of time clocks or how you're going to get contracts, if that's going to be something in Salesforce where contracts come in and then it transfers that data into a client database. What is really the main issue of what you're trying to fix? Once you kind of figure that out, then you can kind of say, okay, do I have someone to maintain this? And then if you do or if you don't, what system is going to work best for you? Are you going to have someone that is going to walk you through the process? It's going to configure for you. Do you need to get someone that's, IT to come in and help configure that system for you? One thing for myself is that we're really hands-on with those processes. So we do those initial trainings and we make sure that we work with the clients with the other two systems. So with payroll and with the time clock system or with a document system, we do that configuration for you. We work through that process and make sure that everything speaks to each other and that it works for you. And then as you go along, you can choose to either maintain that system or we can help you keep the system updated. So it's really just a matter of how much you want to use it and how capable your team is, or if you need to get additional staff, or if those systems are going to help support you with not having that person maybe in place in-house.